Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ju from Happiness and Crafting. Well, it's Friday, freebie day again today. So what I thought this week, I'm going to carry on with the sewing theme, and I thought I'd do something a little bit different again. So I've got 4 panels here, and they're all obviously to do with sewing. So we've got sewing, needle, thimble and thread on here, and some lovely pictures. And I thought we'd do like a little concertina book. But obviously you can make whatever you like out of it, but I thought I'd just show you how to make one of these. And this is a lovely little concertina book, and it's a really lovely colour. So it's sort of like a nice muted beigey colours. So what I've done, I've just got a little bit of lace on here, whoops, with a little pair of scissors on a bulb clip. Jack says the closure, and then when you open it out, it just opens out into like a little concertina book like that. And then what I've done, I've added some little elements on here, so bits of fabric. I've got some pattern paper there, a button on there. This is, I've added a little bit of thread. This is like embroidery thread that I've just hand stitched onto there, which I think looks quite nice. You just layer it up. Here I've got a few buttons. I've used some buttons from the last one on here, from the last Friday freebie, and here as well. And then as you turn it over, I've got some buttons there, a little writing journal on the back. So if I put it like this, you could probably see it a little bit better, I think. So in each little V like that, I've popped some little pages. So that's the front. And then as you go in the back, you can just do some journaling. You can journal on the panels there, and then you've got that to journal on. And then I've just popped a little bit of a collage there. So again, you can incorporate all the little sewing elements from your last kit, or from your last Friday freebie. So that's what we were making. And I've also got this as well, which I did. I'm not going to show you how to make this, but this is very, very simple too. It's just like a little ring binder. So all as I did, I popped 2 of the panels here onto a piece of card, and then I've sewed all the way around the edges. So that's made the front cover, and I've done exactly the same on the back. Just stick 2 together onto a piece of card so it's hard, and then I've just popped some tea stain paper in between. And again, if you've seen the recycled video that I did on the recycled packaging, I'll pop a link below. You can use the recycled paper out of your packaging, out of your Amazon boxes, which would look lovely. So that's really, really simple to do. And all you do is you pop 2 little holes in there and pop it all together with a little ring binder, like that. So that's really simple. Oh, so this is what we're going to be doing. So I've got some bits and pieces ready here. So let's pop that to the side. So I've just cut the panels out like this. So we've got the 4 little panels like that, and then I've got some tea stain paper. These are bits of fabric. This is just like cotton fabric, and that's just to go in between the little folds. Right, I've got 2 sheets of just normal copy paper which I've tea stained, and then this is 120 grams, so this is the actual to stick the paper to. So you can see there's lovely patterns on here from the coffee staining. So I'm just going to fold this into 4. So fold it in half first, and then fold this one back like that, like there. So it's, and then we turn it over and you fold this one back like that. There you go, like so. So then what we have is that. Okay, so it depends how you want to open it up. So you can, to wherever you want, you can have them on the inside if you like. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick one. I'm going to have this little sewing lady on the front of this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick it down like that, each one. On here, I've sewn around it. So I've actually sewn them onto the paper like that. Okay, so I'm going to stick them on first. So you just open it up, and then on each one you stick them down. Now first I'm going to, I've got these little bits of cotton here, which I'm going to pop on here like that, which you can see it just helps this, it just reinforces your folds here so it doesn't rip, and I put them on both sides as well like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stick them down because I'm going to sew it anyway. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue stick just down the middle like that and stick this on. Now this is optional, you don't have to do that. If you haven't got any little bits of fabric, you don't have to stick these down, but I like to just stick them down because I like the raggedy look as well on here. It makes it look a little bit more sort of vintagey. Oops, a big lump of glue on there. Okay, so we'll stick this down on each little bit like that. I'll probably speed this up a little bit so you don't need to see me sticking these down. There we go. Okay, so I've stuck those down, so there's 3 on there where the bends are, and you've got them on the back as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually sew these down first. So I'm going to sew, did I sew it down? I'm not quite sure whether I put these on. Maybe I, yes, I think I just stuck these on first. I don't think I did that much sewing on here, just a little bit. So let's just stick the panels on. So again, I'm just going to glue stick it down like this onto each little panel like that. Try and sort of like get them as equal as you can. That's it like that. Because when you sew it down here, it's going to actually hold in this piece of fabric like that. So it doesn't really matter which order you put these in, so whichever way you fancy, like this. Stick them down. Again, you can ink the edges if you want to as well. In the middle, ends up, could come over just a little bit, I think, like that. So this is, and again, quite a simple one, because I want all of you to be able to do what I'm making, to be able to follow it. So once you've got this printed out, you can make all sorts of things. And again, like I said, you don't have to make what I'm making. You can come up with all your ideas, which I would love to see on the Facebook group. So let's put the last one on here, like this. Now, if you're not going to sew, and you don't have a machine, make sure you stick them down properly. Make sure you have a nice good glue to stick them on here so they don't come off. So there we go. So they just concertinas up like that. So that looks really nice, doesn't it? And then at the back like that. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to quickly sew around each panel like that, just all the way around. And then I will be back 2 seconds. Okay guys, so there we are. That's all been sewing around each little panel. So I'm just going to snip off the little bits like this, the little bits of cotton. Okay. Now I think it looks really nice when you sew around the edges. It just sort of like finishes it off. And you can see here, and I hope you can see here, if that's in focus, hopefully. You can see where you put the fabric in there, it actually holds it in with the stitch lines. So I'm hoping you can see that. And it's not gone all blurry. Okay. Cut these little bits off like that. Perfect. Now what we need to do is just do a little bit of decorating. So there we go, there's our little booklet. So that just opens out like that. I think that looks really nice. So what I've done here, I've got some bits and pieces. Now I've got another one of these little pair of scissors, and I've just popped it into a bulb clip, which is nice to hang off the little closure. And I've made some of these. Now all of these are, I've got 3 I think. I've just layered up some bits of fabric and I've sewed on a button. So it's that easy. It's just little bits of fabric. That's got a little bit of lace, just your odd bits and pieces there, and I've just sewed a button on there. And this one here is just a piece of old cotton fabric, and I've just hand stitched with embroidery thread, just some little stitches in there, and I think these look just quite nice, just popped on like this. Just some little random pieces. Let's put that one in the top like that. So I think that looks really nice. So I'm going to stick that on with some 3-in-1 like this. If I can get it out, there we go. Just stick them down. I hadn't cut, on the other one I put the buttons from the last kit on there. I cut them out, but I forgot to print some off, so I won't be putting them on this one. I'm just going to add some bits to the front of this like that. So I think that looks really nice. Stick those down, and now what we need to do now, we want to just pop a little bit of paper in here. So what I've got, let me just pop that to the side. I've got 2 sheets of just tea stain paper, so I just use 1 for each side. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to fold it down the middle like that. My nails have all broken. I've been shopping and I've broken them. As soon as I go out the house I seem to break my nails, but never mind. Right, so we'll tear it in half, and then I'm going to fold each one in half like that. And this one again, this one just goes in, and again you can put as many of sheets in as you like, but I'm just going to put 1 because I don't want it to be too thick. So we just pop those in together, and then that just slots in there nicely because it's the right size. Okay, and then we'll do this one here. Again, just fold it in half. Just tear it down. And then just fold each one in half. Like that. That's perfect. And what I did, I just sewed them in, so that just slots in there like that, and then they just concertina up. And how I did, I put them in on here. I sewed it on the machine, and I've just done 5 or 6 stitches at the top, and then 5 or 6 stitches underneath here on the bottom, instead of going all the way down through, because I tend to go a bit wibbly wobbly. So I've just done a few stitches there, a few stitches there, and that keeps it in nicely. And I think you can probably just see it here, there and there. So I will be back. I'm just going to quickly stitch these in. Okay, so there we go. I've just done a few little stitches there at the top and the bottom. Let's just take this up and cut those little bits off. If you don't have the sewing machine, I'm not going to sew, do a little bit of hand stitching through there, which would look quite nice, because you only need 2 or 3 stitches in the top and the bottom, and I think it would look really nice, especially if you do a tiny bit of stitching actually on the journal as well, or on the little folder that we've done. Cut these bits off. Like these bits, if you do a little bit here, you could actually do it in the same colour as these on here, and I think that would look really nice. So that's it, guys. Pop that down so you've got some little journaling space there, like that, either side. So when you fold it up like that, it looks really nice. Now what are we going to put around it? Now I've got a little bit of lace here, which might look quite nice. A little bit long. Take this, make a little bow like that, and then we can just pop the little bob clip on there as a little dingly dangly, and that looks so pretty. I think they look so nice. So if you've got friends or family that like to sew, this is a lovely one. You can even make it sort of like into a birthday card, which would look lovely. So there we go, guys. So I have two, and then don't forget we've also got this one as well, which is very, very simple, and that's a perfect little cover like that, easy peasy. So, and again, don't forget to post them on the Facebook page. All right, and as well, if you're not on Facebook and you're watching this, today they're actually going to be the next 4 are going to be on my Etsy shop. Now I put them in the Etsy shop for all of you who again aren't on Facebook, and it's just to cover the costs of Etsy. So you've got the last 4 Friday freebies in a little kit, which is out today as well. So go and take a look at that. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed that. Have a lovely, lovely weekend making, and again, please post them. Alright, so take care, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.